Today's sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Southern Nevada, where the torch, in honor of the legendary owner Al Davis, has just been lit, as is tradition before kickoff at Allegiant Stadium, just off the Strip in Las Vegas. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. On the visiting sideline, there's Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh. His team off to a sharp 6-1 start on this new campaign. And on the other side, the head coach of the Raiders. His team fell on the road last week trying to turn things around in front of the home folks here. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson on hand as Cameron Dicker is set to kick things off. And off we go from Allegiant Stadium. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin then. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
So you take a look at last week's game, Mike, and you certainly wouldn't say that he played poorly. I mean, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's a clean slate. But when you talk to his coaches, they said they haven't seen him this motivated to bounce back after a loss in his entire career. So he's had a great week of practice. He's really challenging the guys around him to elevate their standard. And if it's any indication of how today is going to go, I think we're in for a treat.
That last run lost a yard, setting up 2nd and 11. They'll throw out of the gun. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete. He was looking for Jack Besh that time. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Following the play, we've got a Raider who is shaken up down there. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. On 4th down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. This is returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick in the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
Nothing real fancy when you look back on last week's game, Mike. I mean, he had the 2 touchdown passes, of course, the 1 interception he'd love to have back. But for the most part, I thought he was really efficient. I thought he did a nice job operating the system. And there's actually some more plays that he left out there. So I think he can build off a lot of that, try to improve in this one today.
After a gain of 5 on 1st down, it is 2nd and 5. On the RPO, he'll just flip it forward. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down. So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and we'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll get it going on the ground with Miller. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
He's got his receiver, and that's Jack Pesh. And he's out of bounds. They're going to mark him at the 35. Taking advantage of that running ability. Gain of 17 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On the ground, it's Miller. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 7.
Ready.
Once again, it's Miller. And he'll bring this up to the 48-yard line, and that's a first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Third, they need 8.
Check speed.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
That's taken in, and he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on 4th down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that, be a bit of a letdown.
Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Raider first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard
Let's go.
line.
Check.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He takes off.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Block 40.
Back to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Set. Hut. Blue 32.
They'll look to throw. That is caught. What a throw. Rock Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders. That his second TD catch of the season.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Chargers offense and Omarion Hampton getting set for their next possession. He is the NFL leader in rushing to this point in the season, so he's hoping to put together a solid second half to try to take home the title. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run with Hampton. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. They'll go again with Hampton. And he's going to take this past the 45. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, right back to Hampton. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Play action now. It's Herbert. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. A pickup there of 25 yards. 1st down, L.A.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
1st and 10. It's a pistol run, and it's Hampton. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Now Herbert throwing on 2nd down. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Kappa.
From the gun on 3rd down, Herbert. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Herbert to throw for it on 4th down. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to have that 1st down. They didn't want to settle for 3, and now it's 1st and goal.
Set.
They'll run with Hampton. He'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal. Here now, 2nd down and goal.
Set. Lion. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Herbert. That's pulled in. Najee Harris. So a little extra time to think about this 3rd and goal as we've hit the end of the 1st. It's the Raiders with the early lead. And we're back in Vegas after this. It's the Chargers with the football to begin this 2nd quarter as they will see what they can do with this 3rd and goal.
Set.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And he'll take it on in. Quentin Johnston. Touchdown, LA. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chargers will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. Haskins now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
He'll start the drive with Miller. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Dayon Henley there on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
Opposite.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8.
Ready, set.
They'll stay on the ground with Miller. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Chargers offense and Omarion Hampton getting set for their next possession. And we show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. As you can see, he's right up there among the best in the league. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
Delta, hut. Ready.
They'll start on the ground with Hampton. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Shotgun now for Herbert. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he'll get this to the 35. That's good enough for the 1st down.
Job well done right there. 3rd and inches. You don't want to chop or step or go east and west. You're just trying to hit this thing downhill as hard as possible, run right at the defense, and he doesn't get a whole lot, but he does get the 1st down.
Another run here with Hampton. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
And the big man in the middle swallows him up right at the line of scrimmage, and I think the next time this offensive play caller decides to go to the ground game, Mike, I bet you he's going to find a different place along that defensive front to attack.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Delta, hut.
Herbert. Over the middle, he's got Harris. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
Lion.
Throwing now is Herbert. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. It's a first down and a gain of 16. Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10.
Set. 380.
Here's Hampton. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. From the 31, here's second down and 5.
Set. 380. 380. Go.
Now a play fake. Herbert to the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
First down, Los
Set.
Angeles.
380. Ready.
Hampton trying to work inside, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Here's a second and 9.
Black 80. Black. Hey, I got him, man. I got him. Set.
Herbert to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. We'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Just a simple hitch route, certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Now, Herbert. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Trey Harris. Touchdown, Chargers.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Point after now from Dicker. It's up and good. And the Chargers will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Raiders 7.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Haskins now to return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for first and 10.
Okay, ready? Here we go. 50, green.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. To the left side, it is caught by Myers. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
There's two big key pieces the way you want to evaluate quarterbacks in the NFL, Mike, is the first one, how do they operate on third down? But the second one, how do they throw the ball when it's not a clean pocket? And you saw here, the ability to be on time and accurate through contact. That's what separates the good ones from the rest, and that was a big-time throw right there.
A gain there of 15. First down, Vegas.
Ready.
On the handoff, this is Miller. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Giants.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll return to Las Vegas after this. They face 2nd down and 7.
Let's go now. Ready, go. Set.
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And that one shut down right away. Good pressure on the backside. The defense stops him for no gain. On third down, they'll set up to throw. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And that is incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The head coach of the Chargers, their former QB as well, Jim Harbaugh, his offense goes back to work. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10.
Set. 380. Go.
Run between the tackles for Hampton. And showing a little versatility as he takes this one forward up to the 34, a pickup of 9.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, we're able to get you down for a loss.
Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Third down and 9.
380. Ready.
Throwing, Herbert. Out to his right. Taking off, he'll try to get there. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down. Now a timeout, Chargers here. That's their second, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Couple of first downs has them out to the 45-yard line as it's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
Going right side, complete to Harris. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down.
Set. Black 80, black. Set.
Now it's Herbert. He's got the open man. That's McConkey. And he will have a 1st down, and they're into field goal range now at the 30. Now whistles. Timeout. 3 seconds left in this 1st half.
Let's add that to the list of great throws we've seen out of this quarterback here in the 1st half. We thought he might be in line to have a good game, especially against this style of defense, but let's be honest, Mike, he's been more than just good. He's been sensational.
Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. It's week 9 of the regular season, basically the halfway point of the year. So let's get into it. Here are the highlights. Our journey through the NFL starts now. At M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, the Ravens at home to take on the visiting New York Giants. And here is the running back. Gets past the line of scrimmage, gets room, gets it in. 22 yards on the touchdown. The Ravens get back to 500. They move to 4-4 with this victory. From there, it's off to Atlanta. Let's look in on the Falcons as they play host to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this is the Bucs running back. He's going to find a crease and take it 13 yards to the end zone. The Buccaneers had to work for it, but they win it by a field goal. One more to bring you, and it's from the nation's capital. It's the Commanders taking on the Detroit Lions. And it's Jared Goff. 12 yards on the touchdown. The Lions find a way to pull this one out as they escape with the narrow win. A look now at the rest of the scores around the NFL as we reach the halfway point of the regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense and Omarion Hampton getting set for their next possession. And he has been a tough guy to contain all season long, as reflected in those numbers that you see there. On first down, it's Hampton. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the first half, it almost looks like he's gotten even stronger now here in the second.
Set. Delta.
A run. This is Hampton. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
Set. 380. Set.
To throw, it's Herbert. Looking middle, he'll get it complete to McConkey. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Number 15 gets 15 yards out of that one, and he's got his team a first down.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Set. 180. Cut. Ready.
Here comes Hampton on the toss right. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Set. 180. Cut. Ready.
To throw is Herbert. He'll swing this out to Hampton. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Set. 180. Cut. Cut.
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards, and this crowd hoping for a challenge, and they're going to get their wish. The red flag is on the field. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge there unsuccessful, and it will remain a completed pass.
Set. 180. Set.
On the give, here's Hampton, and he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through, shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14.
Set. Lion, lion, lion. Set.
Now Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Go.
From the gun, it's Herbert. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's going to be taken down.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
180.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he will score! Omarion Hampton. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Touchdown number 9 for the year. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Dicker now for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Chargers up their lead. It's now 24-7. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Haskins now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10.
Down. Yellow. 20.
They'll get it going on the ground with Miller. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Give them 14 on that play. One 1st down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? You see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds. And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. That pass play good for 22. Good for a Raider 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here we go, set.
Here's a handoff to Miller. He'll edge forward for maybe a yard. Dayon Henley there on the tackle.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Set. Hut. 52 blue. Ready.
Back to throw. Looking middle, and he's got Myers. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Las Vegas.
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. 1st down, Vegas.
Ready. Ready. 60 red. Ready.
In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
It's pretty well read there defensively. Anytime you throw these quick passes to the wide receivers, you're looking to pick your gain up after the catch. So let's give credit to the defense. Rally and tackle in space and keep that to a pretty modest gain.
And he gets that one complete to Collins. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Ready, set.
Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Come on, set. 33.
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll try to run for it. And he's close to the goal line. Won't have the touchdown, but he does pick it up on 3rd down.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Kendre Miller, touchdown Vegas.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Now it's York for the PAT. The kick is good, and the Raiders back within 10. It's now 24-14.
Raiders 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The head coach of the Chargers, their former QB as well, Jim Harbaugh, his offense goes back to work. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10.
Set. Middle. Drop. Set.
This drive will begin with a run with Hampton. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it for the first time with Najee Harris. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
That was just a race to the edge, and in this case, Mike, he just wasn't the winner. I mean, at this point, when the defense is out there waiting for you, it's tough for any runner in this league to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Now, a ball thrown deep for Johnston. That's caught! And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. It's a big one for the Chargers. 52 yards. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
380. Go.
Now a handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes a reverse. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So they try to throw a little bit of a curveball. We see him throw it to this guy a lot. Now, in this case, they hand it to him, thinking they can catch the defense off guard and generate a big play. And let's give a lot of credit to the defense. They were ready for it, they were prepared for it, and they held it to a modest gain.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. His 8th reception of the game, and good for a 1st down. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10.
Kappa. Ready.
They run it over center with Harris. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second down, 8 yards to go.
Set.
Harris gonna get it here as we start the 4th. And this time he's in. Najee Harris, touchdown LA. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Point after now from Dicker. It's up and through. And the Chargers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Haskins now to return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Raiders' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10.
Here we go. Ready?
Right away, they'll set up to throw. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
They'll look to throw. He'll go right back to Bowers. He's got it again. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Here's 3rd and 2.
Ready. Go. Set.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the first down.
Ready up.
First down. 1st and 10 at the
Set.
34-yard line.
Set.
Now, this looks like a design run.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short gain.
33. Yellow.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll swing this out to Miller. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the first down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
That one caught by Beck. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down.
Ready. Ready.
He'll drop to throw. He doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble.
Smith red.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll look middle, and it's caught by Beck. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
At the 28-yard line.
Let's go. Hut.
They'll look to throw again. Short throw, that's pulled in by Mayer. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. They have converted twice on 3rd down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he's into a slide to avoid the contact, does so successfully, and it's a first down.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner.
And he'll take this one in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
York, good on the extra point. And the Raiders are able to cut the deficit to 10. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The head coach of the Chargers, their former QB as well, Jim Harbaugh, his offense goes back to work. This one has gone pretty well to 4. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now going to try to polish this thing off here in the 4. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Another run here with Harris. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Lion.
He'll give it to Harris again. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
He's got a man! It's Harris! And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. They get an even 20 on that one. It's good for a Charger first down.
Set.
They give it, and it's 4. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not having it. Going to lose a yard. Now timeout Vegas. That is their 2nd. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
Set.
Now Herbert. To the left side, catch made by McConkey. Now the Raiders going to use their 3rd and final timeout. We'll talk things over before 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. It is brought in the end zone. Matt McConkey. Touchdown Chargers. His 4th TD grab of the season.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Kicker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chargers tack on one more to their lead. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Haskins now to return. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. The Raiders offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10.
Opposite. Green. Set. Hut. Hut.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a 1st down.
Swing. Yellow.
They run out of the gun with Miller. Not much happening there. Just a short gain. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 9. They'll throw out of the gun. Now he'll run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
He'll run again. So just under 2 minutes here in this one. We'll come back and finish this one off after this.
Ready.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow. 22. Ready.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle. That's the tight end, Bowers. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. To the air now on 1st and 10. That's to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Tarheeb Still.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. Well, victory well in hand. Still a little bit of time left here, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to end this one. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And he's fighting to get free. A lot of work there for a gain of 3. Here's 2nd and 6.
Set. Grenading. Grenade. Go. Hey,
Give up the middle to Harris. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Now a 3rd and 2. Herbert down to an 8, and that should wrap this one up. So it's a win for the visiting Chargers, and make that a 5th straight victory, as they're looking tougher and tougher to beat every week, especially heading to playoff time. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.